Have you ever experienced this? Your stomach growls like a wild animal, your hands are ice cold as if you just came back from a snowball fight without gloves, and every time you exhale, you get that weird feeling of having licked an old coin. Most people panic at exactly that moment. The little voice inside screams, "Break the fast! Eat something right now!" But what if I told you that this exact moment isn't a glitch in the system? That this discomfort, this cold, this strange taste, and other even more surprising signals are the ultimate proof that your body just hit the jackpot? Stay with me, because today we're going to decode your body's secret language. We're going to walk through 8 bizarre, uncomfortable, but absolutely brilliant signals that prove your fast is actually working. And once you understand the 5th sign, you'll never be afraid of an afternoon energy dip again. Let's be real here. We're all programmed to smother any discomfort with food. The second our stomach growls, we think our body is crying for help. But the truth is far more fascinating than that. That initial suffering is often just the sound of gears turning while your body flips an ancient, rusty switch. We call it the metabolic switch. Normally, your engine runs on sugar, it's the cheap fuel, burns fast, always available. But after about 10 to 12 hours without refueling, the reserves run dry. And that's when the miracle happens. Your body changes fuel. It goes after the fat. But this transition isn't silent. It sends signals. Signals we've forgotten how to read. We interpret them as weakness when, in reality, they're the startup sounds of your internal repair machine. Ketones flood your system, growth hormones shoot through the roof, your cells start recycling themselves. You don't feel bad because you're falling apart. You feel strange because you're in the middle of leveling up. But how do you know you're truly in that zone and not just starving yourself? Here are the 8 signs. Sign number 1, hunger that comes in waves. This is the classic that almost everyone misreads. Hunger doesn't hit like a tsunami that keeps building until it swallows you whole. It comes in waves. You probably think, hour 12 is brutal, hour 16 must be absolute hell. Wrong. Research shows that ghrelin, our sneaky little hunger hormone, is a creature of habit. It doesn't look at your energy levels, it looks at the clock. You're used to eating lunch at noon. Then ghrelin will pound on your door right around 11:55 screaming, "Food now!" But here's the thing nobody tells you, if you don't open that door, the hunger goes away. It's like an annoying salesperson. If you keep the door closed, they shrug and come back later. The wave breaks. The hunger disappears even though you haven't eaten anything. Suddenly you feel normal again, maybe even more alert than before. That right there is the proof. Hunger is not an emergency, it's just a notification on your phone that you can swipe away. But wait, when the hunger disappears, something else happens, something far stranger, something you can't feel but you can smell. And that brings us straight to sign number 2, the one your people around you might notice before you even do. You survived the hunger wave. Nice work. But now you suddenly feel like you drank nail polish remover or chewed on a piece of aluminum foil. Don't panic, you're not dissolving. This is sign number 2. The infamous dragon breath, also known as keto breath. And honestly, it's the holy grail for anyone who wants to burn fat. When your breath suddenly takes on a metallic taste or a strange fruity smell like apples that sat in the sun a little too long, that's not a hygiene problem. That's pure biochemistry. Your liver is working overtime right now. It's cracking open your fat cells and converting them into ketones. One of those ketones is acetone. Yes, the exact same stuff that's in nail polish remover, but in your body, it's a byproduct of fat burning that you simply breathe out. You are literally exhaling your burned body fat. How cool is that? They call this the physiological tipping point. Your body is basically announcing, hey everyone, the sugar store is closed. We're burning stored fat now. If the smell bothers you, please don't reach for sugary candy. That would kill the whole process instantly. Drink water, have some unsweetened tea, rinse out the acetone, but celebrate that smell on the inside. It's the scent of success. The more regularly you fast, the more the smell eventually fades completely because your body gets better and better at using ketones efficiently. Sign number 3, ice mode. While your internal organs are becoming a furnace, something completely opposite is happening in your extremities. Have you ever wondered why you suddenly need thick, cozy socks when you're fasting? It's not a coincidence. You're sitting in a warm living room. The heat is on, but your feet feel like 2 blocks of ice. Your hands are cold. Your first thought, oh no, my metabolism is shutting down. I'm not burning anything anymore. Stop. It's exactly the opposite. This is ancient survival strategy in action. When insulin drops and no new food is coming in, your body says, all right, team, we're switching into efficiency mode. It pulls blood away from the non-essential outposts, sorry fingers, sorry toes, and it concentrates it where the real action is, at the core. heart, liver, brain. That's where the work gets done. That's where the fat gets processed. They call this thermal prioritization. Your ancestors in their cave couldn't afford to waste energy keeping their little toes warm when the liver was doing heavy lifting to produce ketone bodies. So you're not cold because you're weak. You're cold because your body is brilliantly efficient. Put on some wool socks, do a few squats, drink some warm water, and be happy about that chill. It means your insulin is in the basement, and that's the only place where fat burning can actually happen. Sign number 4, the hybrid engine stutter. This is the point where most people throw in the towel. Sign number 4 is the great deception. You feel sluggish, your legs are heavy, you could fall asleep standing up, you think, fasting is stealing my energy. Wrong. What you're feeling is the conversion phase. Imagine your body is a hybrid car. For years, you've been running on nothing but gasoline. That's the sugar. Now the tank is empty. Your body has to switch over to electric power. That's the fat. But that switch is a little rusty for most of us. There's a gap, the sugar is gone, but ketone production isn't running at full speed yet. In that gap, you stall out. That's the moment you wonder why you're putting yourself through this. But, and this is a massive but, if you push through it, the miracle happens. Once the ketones start flowing, it's like someone flipping on the lights. No more blood sugar roller coaster, no more afternoon slump, no more post-meal coma. Instead, steady clean energy like a laser beam. Your growth hormone shoots through the roof. Some studies say by a factor of 5. That protects your muscles and burns even more fat. This initial fatigue is just the engine sputtering before the turbo kicks in. And when the turbo kicks in, it's not just in your muscles. It's especially up there between your ears. Because what comes after the fatigue is, in my opinion, the absolute best part of fasting. Sign number 5, when the fog lifts. First, there's the cotton in your head. You're searching for words. You stare off into space. Brain fog, the classic sugar withdrawal. Your brain is screaming, where's my glucose hit? But give it a few hours. Once the liver has produced enough of that magical beta-hydroxybutyrate, let's just call it BHB, the superketone, something happens that feels like an expansion of consciousness. Ketones can cross the blood-brain barrier, and your brain absolutely loves ketones. They burn cleaner than sugar, less oxidative stress, more performance. Suddenly you're awake. Not the kind of awake where you had 3 espressos and you're jittery. No, calm, clear, and present. Add to that a little friend called BDNF, a protein that acts like fertilizer for your brain cells. It repairs neurons and builds new connections. Your ancestors had to be at their sharpest when they were hungry in order to hunt. If they had gotten dull and sluggish, we wouldn't be here today. This mental clarity is an evolutionary legacy. When the fog lifts and you suddenly feel like you could solve complex problems in your head while juggling, you're fully in the zone. Sign number 6, the hunger paradox. This one is my absolute favorite because it seems so utterly illogical. You wake up the next morning, you haven't eaten anything in 24 hours, you expect to want to eat the refrigerator door and all, and instead, nothing. Total silence in the stomach. How is that even possible? First, your ghrelin has given up. It learned, okay, there's nothing there, I'll stop nagging. Second, ketones are natural appetite suppressors. They signal to the brain that everything is fine. Hey boss, we've got plenty of fat on the hips, we're burning it, we don't need a croissant. Third, your blood sugar isn't riding a roller coaster anymore, it's stable as a rock. No spikes, no crashes, no cravings. It's a freedom you can barely imagine until you've actually lived it. You're no longer a slave to your meal schedule. Your body is feeding itself, and I mean that in the best possible way. The fat you want to get rid of is now your breakfast, your lunch, and your dinner. Sounds almost too perfect, right? But your body isn't just cleaning house on the energy front. It's doing a deep clean too, and sometimes, well, it takes the trash out where everyone can see it. Sign number 7. The detox breakout. You look in the mirror and think, seriously, pimples, I'm not a teenager anymore. Skin blemishes, redness, maybe even some mild itching. Before you reach for the heavy-duty skincare, take a deep breath. This is good. This is autophagy in action. Your cells are recycling their waste. Old proteins, broken cell components, all of it getting tossed out. A lot of toxins and byproducts are stored in our fat cells. When you burn that fat, now those substances get released and end up in your bloodstream. Your liver and kidneys are working hard to get rid of them. And when the liver says, whoa, that's a lot today, the skin steps in. It's our largest detox organ. A pimple during fasting is basically just a little trash bag your body is setting out front. It's temporary. It's a sign that a massive deep cleanse is happening on the inside. Drink water, help your body flush things out, and look forward to the glow that's coming once the garbage is finally gone. Sign number 8. The emotional roller coaster. You feel hypersensitive, irritable, then suddenly euphoric, then almost a little melancholic. Is this just being hangry? Not quite. It's your nervous system recalibrating. When blood sugar drops, your body activates the HPA axis. Stress hormones like cortisol and noradrenaline tick up slightly. That's biologically brilliant. It's meant to make you alert and action-ready, primed for the hunt. But in our modern world, where we don't have to hunt, but instead sit in traffic or respond to emails, that alertness often feels like irritability or anxiety. Add to that the fact that eating is often emotional regulation for us. We eat to calm down, to reward ourselves, to distract ourselves. When you take that away, you suddenly find yourself standing completely exposed in front of your own feelings, and that's okay. It's part of the process. Your nervous system is learning to function without the sugar pacifier. These phases don't last forever. When the ketones stabilize, the irritability often gives way to a deep stoic calm, a kind of Zen state you rarely reach on a full stomach. Don't judge yourself if you're a little snappy for a while. Just tell the people around you, sorry, I'm in evolutionary survival mode right now. But trust me, this was just the warm-up. What happens if you don't stop after 24 hours? What if you keep going all the way to the 72-hour mark? That's a story for another day, where we'll talk about a complete system reset, a stem cell explosion, and the moment your body starts to rejuvenate itself from within. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel to discover even more content like this.